TV Ghana, Matilda and Master.
Now, I knew by actually there, I've shafua the UK, the US, and even in the diaspora. No, Obiani by the COVID-19 Russia-Ukraine war, the never be rebate bar or a man for baby. Now, Martin, the Russia-Ukraine war, no COVID-19, yet one of the most two important things that happened over a period. Even the way to know Wama, a man baby when it's some work of home. Even the prices of goods and services poker with Pija. Now, just because it is a global pandemic, another global problem, which is still yet to be solved, which is regards to the world. Apart from that, with the COVID-19 is on vaccine, but the consequences of the global pandemic, it is still there. It will take a period of time for the whole world to catch up. I remember that even as far back as 2022, even the UK Prime Minister was a son there 3 times in about 6 months. Even in the US, they are trying to battle with certain oil inflation in the last 4 years. And this is just to tell you that it is actually a global problem. But I began to make my NDC first there. COVID-19 and Russia-Ukraine war on Ghana, our NPP and not Dunk offended the Vice President or Dr. Mahama Bawumia was there. As I mean, you know, or part of them a global pandemic and the Ghana could say the Yanaka as the Dama problem at the day. But all the miracles Abuaji could do a radio station. Now, 2% some no good in some. I'm telling you that the kind of interesting oil factor or pointing out with documents na factor about Shokuye. Women as some miracles Abuaji or to
NPP and NDC, and I want you to pay very close attention. Pay close attention to John Mahama's presidency in the first 4 years, and then NPP's presidency in the first 4 years. Obi, inflation of free single digits, and I call 13.5, and I cost through to 17%, and I sign Western year to 17.7%, and I sign Quiet to 15.4%. Yang, you're free 11.8, you're confirm 9.4, you're 7.9, and then we encountered COVID. Obi, do you know one reason why Ghanaians on the street are saying they don't want Mahama back? Because Mahama's record is obvious. Once he takes over the country, he worsens it. What it means is that even in our worst situation, if you give it to Mahama, it will even get worse. Because that is his record. He doesn't show any single positive indicator in any aspect in the economy. It is here. It is on the BOG website. I didn't conjure it. Obi, if today we are struggling with an inflation of 23%, then you can imagine what would happen under John Dramani Mahama.
And you are saying the assessment was a Ghana for Yemono, from 2017 to 2020.
No, that's not what he's saying.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Even 2021 to now, the assessment, even yesterday, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was saying, listen, if you look at the facts that we've gone through the West, just like all other countries are going through, and how we've been able to change the course and we are on a positive tangent. Clearly, there are certain things that the government is putting in place to bring some improvements into our economy. The question is, if you hand over such an economy that is trying to recover from a global pandemic to John Dramani Mahama, who has a record of worsening the situation, how is he going to fare? That is the biggest question everybody's. And you see, they are dangerous crime. This man, John Dramani Mahama, if we unfortunately hand over this country to him, is going to plunge this country into sudden groomer. As we speak today, all other countries are struggling. Everybody is trying to recover. Mention one country that is not trying to recover. Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire, until they got to 7% inflation, we're doing under 1%. Cote d'Ivoire. So today you may quote Cote d'Ivoire to be 7-9%. But they used to
growth and I say inflation.
No, inflation. They used to be lower. UK, they are doing 40% high. 2022, was it 2022? 2022. Within 6 months, UK changed prime ministers about 3. United States of America, for the first time in 40 years, we're struggling with a 40-year-old inflation. The fact is that it's not the NDC's view, and they are spinning propaganda. The fact is that something that has never happened in the last 120 years, since the Spanish flu, happened to the world in the year 2020. Container and he had $1,200. He didn't fit China Bagana. In the year 2020, a choir copy $13,000. Obi any chroma and a top mask back 50 cities.
Oh yes.
Yenu chroma in a top face shield. I don't turn 1 city. Your tobacco 120 Ghana city. Thermometer gun. Yenu chroma and tobacco 2,000 2,500 Ghana cities. So the global supply chain was disrupted. Why do you think we should allow the NDC to run away from that fact? And the question you should be asking them is, what would they have done if they had encountered that challenge to ensure, say, the situation would have been different from it is today? Even to date, they are still struggling to even come up with one policy. And that, my friend said, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Kasai, he has espoused 70 policies under 20 pillars. And now I know Kasai,
I have a vision.
Yeah, 70 alternative. And yes, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, your candidate has been there. John Dramani Mahama has been candidate since March 2023. May 2023. Bepe Mone. Ghana Nibia is unable to relate with what he will do. Opa
24-hour economy.
Opa street this one. Omo kai 24-hour economy anti asebi edim. Koko memre omo da. Eya na ye adwuma. Koko memre wa ba ha dada. Obi koko memre tiptoe lane wa kwa omo dada. Osu Oxford Street wa kwa omo dada. Ko tiptoe lane boys no ko bi so omo say omo oba ho tiptoe lane na do a o pese o repair phone na want to repair ya. Ko Bantama High Street na ko hwe. Metetema. Obi, as we speak, about 6, there are people whose for bus are called for Mufifie, about Mabaye Juma overnight. A chanopa, Omube Kofie, no more Mupon and Jews right day, Ako, Kotakwade industrial area, Kokumasi industrial area, Ko Lagos Avenue, and Opa Kosi, Akonya or Lagos Avenue, or East Legon, nothing I want to say, Ubemuso Biada, Omoton Chinam. Watch the whole night. Obi, there are pharmacy shops in Ghana here who are selling 24 hours. We have always said 24-hour is not a policy you introduce. It is a consequence of a policy.
That's not fair.
What you're saying. 24 hours, it is a consequence of a policy.
And yeah, you can make your point without using
Massa, that's what you do understand, Massa. A consequence of a policy. Okay, say, we make sure say, nipa dodo na etuminya sika esho mo botom ewo mantemu bi mu na omutuminya ahoto a osoro na jo na about 12 dope watch ato be kwakoto enti baby a memete ewo Lakeside Estate no se me feel say anaju bia nipa dodo pe watch ato a enye aban na be ka chem se nchegina menton watch me the watch ba be si wo because nipa ba be den abeton na wo ka say 24-hour policy a we introduce it wo di to na be si biti se me fa watch ni nkosi wo no bia meton ma hwan wo ba beto akọ Jubilee House ana it clearly shows that they are clueless and that for the entire 8 years in opposition they still haven't learned anything. And it's a very serious matter. Ghana, for instance, at a very dangerous position right now. Say, we are going to regret even worse than we did in 2016. Because in 2007 and 2008, you remember very well, these same people were brandishing fake news, fake bank statements. Say President Kufuor, and then they do my 4 year conform bank statement. Now President Kufuor to because of our mighty, of our Nigerian, and a mark or one for the Eternal Santa for Ghanaians believed them and voted for them. What be the consequences of what we experienced?
Yeah.
And now Menoka say, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the 70 policies about, or say, or no, so Obabe or Mampenia, or be making sure say, tax regime, no, or be revolutionizing, no, on the good for the income and Sandra Okasa, or say, spare pass. Na ye car if you are no or by the flat rates.
That's right.
Or see or no, he believes that when the world is moving towards in the future, no, it's a world that Ghana needs to prepare for. Artificial intelligence, digitalization, and he believes that digitalization is going to be the bedrock of our economy going into the future. In his view, digital platforms should not be taxed into no obey or mampenia obey ye free ho. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ama niema makom
obey 11
yes 11 obey yefi.
Ben Nkofo criticizes say he was part of that decision into Adena Oklem Saint
it is the west of thinking obi abedwin sir amika se mitro yeti oh say a friend is Dominic in a show program ebi ene anka ye many fellas na opese ye ba nka wunya ya ebi o nipa foforo de be de ebebe ene Mokotra se no wo Kweku Jackson obi production team wehia almost there be Felix any miracles ebe dey ebeba nti Felix miracles aba betina se and I hear him come. Oh, but not air.
No, maybe I'll give it. No, I think it's. I am very fair.
But why are you the one to do it?
Miracles, relax. Let me handle that.
Now,
Never 50. Never 50.
How many minutes
First, miracle patch up.
Oh, but he's distracting me.
I'll give you time. I get you.
It's unfair.
Now we'll count about. Now me any powerful front at domain say. Yeah, I agree. Say mummy no more. In the traso.
Into better console this year. It is not up to you to come and announce to your listeners. Say, media can you fellas miracles and me too. Company yours is to do what the production has agreed to do.
Yeah, I agree.
You are be a friend of collective responsibility.
Sure.
Any ultimate responsibility.
Sure.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is a vice president in the government. There is no way in the law that gives Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia any mandate to take any decision apart from the fact that Embranda say will be to be a chairman of police council. Specific activities are Embranda man who quite say how they or no call it short, they are itemized in the law. Yes. Otherwise, the law is clear. A Juma Mampini Betiama will say, you know, now why?
That's true.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has also stated clearly. He stated clearly yesterday. So listen, he was indeed, and he still remains the head of economic management team. And he believes that as head of economic management team, he and the economic management team give the government sound advices.
Okay.
And where at all do you fall Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia by saying, say, me vice president, me on man penina many year Jumano. Pay e-levy, but maybe the assembly or Mampenia, me for e-levy, but how is that a problem?
How is
that an issue? How is that a big deal?
You see, the argument is very clear, as clearly stated by Dennis Miracle Abuaje. Now, I am principal, I am as propaganda na koshe will channel from where the camp of NDC. Wapade was a correct NPP said be over power no there in paying for with the NPP which is the Dr. Akufo-Addo, His Excellency no Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia said be them COVID is there the people be crying for Mumbai. Imagine there to a young people to them using such a propaganda using such a propaganda did tia obia or in incumbent and all in government knowing so well that you can also come into government one particular day. Instead of they are in opposition for about 8 years now, and come 2024 elections now, them amazing can to be a clash of the titans. What me have to my family because Cascada Obon or that is Cascada, Mama Crown nature means income.